Hello friends, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this tutorial I'm going to share with you on how I made this beautiful outfit with just 3 yards of fabric. So let's move right into the tutorial. And please, if you find this helpful, do not forget to hit on the subscribe button if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, and also do not forget to share this to your friends, your families, and to your loved ones. Thank you so much. And let's proceed right into the tutorial. So the first thing you do is to fold your fabric into a slanted fold, just like this. So make sure it's slanted, just like this. Now the next thing to do is on this side, I'm going to be using this side as my shoulder line. So just draw a straight line there with your straight rule. Let's give you a straight line. So that will be the shoulder line. Now on that shoulder line, you're going to divide your shoulder measurement divided by 2. For me, mine is 8, so I marked 8. But you know that this is a sleeveless outfit, so I'll deduct 1 from that. So that's going to give me 7. Now from that shoulder line, I'm going to mark my armhole, which is 8. So I marked 8, and I'm going to make it into a straight line because here I want to carve out my armhole curve. So I'll connect this line like together, and then I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'll connect the points together, and this is going to give me my armhole curve. Now the next thing I'm going to do is for my shoulder line, I'm going to measure 2.5 inch in, and then 2.5 inch depth, also like this. So which means my neckline is 2.5 by 2.5. Then I'm going to connect this with a curved rule, and this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do is for my shoulder line, I'm going to come down by 10.5, which is my shoulder to my bust. So I'm going to mark that on my bust line. My bust is 40 divided by 4, that gives me 10. So I'm going to mark that 10 here on this bust line. Then I'm going to add 1/2 inch for freeness, and then I'm going to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'm going to connect this to the armhole curve, just like that. Then from the shoulder line here now, I'm going to connect my shoulder slope down to my neckline, just like this. Then the next thing I'm going to do is from my shoulder line now, I'm going to measure the length of this outfit. So for the length of this outfit, I'm going to be using 25 inches because I'm going to be adding 10-inch extra allowance for that pleats that is at the bottom. So I'm going to mark 25 inches for the length of this. So together with 10 inch for that fringe is going to give me 35 altogether for the length of my gown, because this is a short gown, it's a knee length flare dress. So after I've done that, then I'm just going to cut this out. I'm going to cut it out on my shoulder line, cut out on the length of the dress, and then cut out the armhole curve. Then cut the shoulder slope. So for the neckline, I'm not going to cut the neckline yet. Okay, I'm going to place it on the back panel before I cut out the neckline. So after I'm done this, the next thing to do is to fold my fabric this way. Then place my front panel that I just cut out, and I'm going to place my front panel on it, and then I'm going to be using this to cut out my back panel. So I'm going to use it to cut out the back. So for the back, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the back neckline. So, and that is the only thing the only measurement I'm going to need for the back. So there is no extra allowance on the back. I'm just going to cut it out the same way like this. So now I'm just going to on this center back here, I'm going to open it up, and the measurement is 7 inches. So here is for the freeness, so that I can easily put it on and put it off. So I opened this by 7-inch, but if you don't want this, you can put a zipper, whichever one you want, but I prefer this, so I just open that up. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my front panel this way and place my back panel on it, the right side facing each other, just like this. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch that side down. I'm going to do that for this other side too, and then I'm going to stitch it down with my sewing machine. Now the next thing is I'm going to come over to the shoulder here, and then I'm going to stitch down the shoulder by 1/2 inch. Don't forget the side is 1 inch, then the shoulder 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to leave the necklines, but I'm going to, so this is what we have. I have stitched down the sides by 1 inch, and then I've stitched down the shoulder by 1/2 inch. So the next thing I want to do is to cut out that extra pleat. Now for that extra pleat, I use 12 inches, as you can see. So I use 12 inches. Now I'm going to mark that 12 inches out. So this depends on how full you want that area to be. Okay, so you can cut out as long material as you want, depending on how very full you want that area to be. So this is what I have. I'm going to rule this into a straight line. This is my 12-inch, and then I'm going to cut this out, 12-inch length. Cutting my required length for that pleat, or how long I want it to be. The next thing I'm going to do is on one side of it, I'm going to fold in single fold of 3/4 inch, and then the other side I'm going to fold in double fold, just like this. As you can see, this side is the double fold, and then the other side is single fold of 3/4 inch. So I'm going to turn my fabric to the right side, just like this. Then I'm going to be placing that single fold of 3/4 inch. I'm going to place it right side facing each other, just like this. And I'm going to start to pleat, and I'm going to pleat it all round, all through the fabric, like you can see. So after you have done that, this is what you should have. This is what your result should be after you must have pleated the way you want. So this is how it should be. So after you are done pleating, the next thing to do is to turn in the armhole by the bias tape, and then turn in this opened side here at the back by the bias tape also. Now I'm going to measure the neck. I want to go ahead to cut the band for the neckline. So go ahead to measure your neckline. So this I have 22.5 inches. Now this is my band here, and this is 3 inches for the, so it's 3 inches by 22.5, as you can see. So, and this is on fold. All right, remember to stitch in 1/2 inch on both sides. Then this is the band. So the next thing is to attach the band to the neckline of the dress, just like this. So you attach them together. You can first off use a pin to do this, all right, so that while stitching, that's not going to give you any issue. So you're going to attach the band all through to the neckline, just like this, and then go over to your sewing machine to stitch this down together. So after you are done stitching, please remember to tape this with your bias tape, or you can take it to your weaving machine to weave this, just to give it a very neat finishing. All right, please make sure to use the bias tape that best suits it. All right, I made this dress in the middle of the night, so I made use of the bias tape that I have, just to show you guys what I want to achieve. So that's why you see that I use black bias tape there. So if you're making yours, please make sure that the bias tape you're using correlates and is the same color, the same shade as your main fabric. Thank you so much. So now the next thing we're going to do, you can see how beautiful our gown came out to be. Now the next thing is just to hold this back with, is either, and you can use a hook and eyes, or you use a beautiful button to hold them together at the back. Now the next thing is just to bead my beads. This is the beads I want to use. So you're going to use a beading needle, and then you just bead this out. Another hint I want to give you is that if you don't want to use a bead, you can as well use a very nice trimmings. If you have very nice trimmings, you can put in very nice trimmings here on the band, and you're good to go. It's going to come out very beautiful, very pretty, and all of that. And even if you want to go extra mile again, you can as well just stone this fabric, just little stones here and there. I mean, dark crystal stone. So just put the stone one like scanty on the dress, and you see that it's going to be very beautiful. The outcome will be very, very beautiful. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I really appreciate you. Thank you a lot. Please, if you have found this video helpful, please do not forget to hit on the subscribe button and also put on the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be the first person to get notified. And also do not forget to share this video to your friends, to your families, to your loved ones.